SCP-106 can be hard to contain for us at times. We admit that sometimes we struggle with containment, whether it's a broken magnet or SCP-106 catches us off guard, but as all Clearance Level 5 holders and O5 Council members watching this video and has received the file containing contents and details of what happened on the 24th of December knows that a catastrophic containment breach involving 106 had took place, which claimed the lives of 3 Foundation staff and 1 general from Mobile Task Force Unit Epsilon 11. Fortunately, we have recovered the bodies of them, and unfortunately, the general from Epsilon 11 is decayed beyond recognition. However, we found his lanyard still intact, presumably protected by the thick layer of clothing he was wearing while attempting recontainment measures with his squad before SCP-106 had grabbed him and pulled him into his pocket dimension. Autopsy shows more corrosion has been done to his ankle, indicating 106 grabbed him from the floor and crippled him. After Mobile Task Force Unit Epsilon 11 handled the SCP-106 breach and helped recover the bodies, they were flying back to their headquarters, and they had seen heavy vehicles leaving the facility that looked identical to Chaos Insurgency vehicles and called for Mobile Task Force Nu 7 to intercept and terminate them, but they left 5 alive to interrogate them here at this facility, and after 2 days of torture one of them cracked and said an infiltrator had been working here for 9 years. And got enough clearance level to access SCP-106's chamber and deactivate the magnets and intense light system so SCP-106 could walk out of his containment cell and go on a rampage, predicting he would cause enough damage for most staff to evacuate so more Chaos Insurgents could blow holes in unused service tunnels into the facility to steal SCPs while security was busy with 106. He said they stole 23 small SCP objects, but don't worry, they have all been recovered. I know everyone here has seen disturbing things while working here, considering you all have clearance level 5 and above, but for anyone who has never seen an SCP-106 victim, I advise you leave the room and enter when this section is over, or to prepare yourselves for something you never thought could be possible for a human body to go through. For those who would like to leave the room, I will give you 1 minute to do so. We will now begin. So an SCP-106 victim is someone who has been captured by SCP-106 and is killed by him in his pocket dimension, or if he has made them corrode and rot from the mucus that surrounds his body. You can look at this mucus material like an acid that melts, though we use the term corrode because of its effects on everything else it touches, and since SCP-106 likes to torture his victims upon trailing them into his pocket dimension, he will inflict both mental and physical pain and damage on them in any way he likes. Since he controls his pocket dimension, he may start off weak by trailing them through a tunnel of barbed wire in a tiny cave filled with water that could go on for miles, to slowly heating their insides until organs explode, causing intense pain and more fear to be harvested from them. This can be proved by the facial expression on victims, whether dead or alive or suffering, that escape the pocket dimension. With this, their faces are the only thing that tells what they went through while alive. We recovered a camera that was attached to a Class D that was being used to test SCP-087 before the breach, and from what they seen, she was on the 17th floor of SCP-087 and was halfway down to the 18th level before something jumped out of the wall and punctured her rib cage and lung while they heard her blood-curdling scream echoing down the flight of stairs. The camera did end up going missing, but they were able to screenshot the monitor to capture what they had witnessed. I will now play an audio clip with the image Internal Security Department got from the computer's hard drive. As you can see, the face of SCP-106 is clearly seen on the screenshot. We also don't know why or how, but this image of an SCP-106 victim was seen on the monitor that is infected by SCP-895. We have a team investigating the picture from SCP-895 at the moment as we speak, but it's unclear if SCP-895 and SCP-106 has any connections between one another. They are checking the faces of all facility staff to match it up, but this image still has flesh that seems to be unaffected by the mucus, and the head still looks fresh. There is also text overlapping the image that we will figure out what it says after figuring out the person in the image. Last thing before we head out, These images are the 3 facility staff after being recovered. We need to file for replacement staff immediately after this meeting, and to also find a way to neutralize SCP-106 before anything like this happens again. Also get the chief security officer to have more guards patrol outside around the gates and inside the facility, and get some fucking mobile task force units to guard the unused service tunnels, or else you'll continue to wonder why SCPs go missing.